Hello and welcome, my lovely Leo people, for Ascending Without Wings. This is your reading for the full, Super Blood Wolf Moon Total Lunar Eclipse that was on the 20th and the 21st of January. A lot of people believe that the energies play out over about 6 months, but I've been given guidance on my readings, basically, is that it's basically like a 2-week forecast from the day of the eclipses, from the 20th through to the 3rd of February. So I'm going to run with that, and these readings are meant to be for a 2-week period. I try and do weekly readings, so for this event in particular, we're going to leave it as a 2-week, and then I'll be back to do readings for the week of the 4th. So I'm just going to check your planet and your house cards for the astrology. Correct for Leo. Okay, so for the Leos out there, the planet that's in play at the moment is Neptune, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. So getting a bit caught up in your daydreams, getting a little lost in fantasy land, maybe, my friends. This is like, there's a mermaid, a horse. Yeah, definitely getting caught up in daydreaming and fantasizing. So it's like your deepest desires and longings. That word longings, very, Okay, and the 4th house is what's at play here, is the home and the roots of your being. So home, current home, childhood home, upbringing, that kind of thing can be coming up. I know for a lot of signs there's some really, really deep healing going on of like emotional wounds and things like that. Some can be from childhood, some can be past life stuff. I personally have experienced some past life stuff coming up for this eclipse, and really like deep stuff that it's kind of like, oh, okay, that was really heavy. And how I've sort of, the analogy that I've come up with for it is a lot of us have been on the ascension path, and we've been doing a lot of healing, purging, releasing all the negative energy, all the baggage, as I like to call it, from past life trauma, childhood trauma, whatever it is, even past relationship trauma. Some of us have been with narcissists, not even one, multiples in a row. It's just part of the learning curve, okay? So for us, we've been cleaning out the closet for all the monsters that we had in our closet, and now that all the monsters that were inhabiting that space are gone, we're cleaning the floor and we're sweeping. We're kicking up the dust in the shadowy parts of our soul, basically, is what I put it down to. And really, for me, with the thing that came up, that's exactly that's the only description I can give it. It's kind of like, okay, well, fair enough, you've healed all this stuff from past lives, but there's so many different aspects to it. You could have the fact that you're a spiritually gifted person and you were shunned by the people that you loved for it. There's a rejection, abandonment that comes from that. But in other cases, you were killed for the skills and the things that you were able to do. Like witches were hung, once upon a time, that kind of thing. So there's 2 different aspects. You could have been discarded by your family and friends because of these things. And then double whammy on top of that, you also got killed for it. So you may have healed all that rejection, blah, 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 all of that, gotten over that. But now, guess what? That one last bit of actually dying for it is what you're healing. It's quite deep, quite intense. So for some reason, I think that might apply to somebody out there. That's the only reason why Archangel Michel will be telling me to get that one out there. Okay, just to give you guys an idea, the 4th house is the area of your life that involves parents and children, the home and the roots. So it's your childhood upbringing, things like, the person that you are behind closed doors, that aspect of you. That's really coming into play. And, that together with Neptune, which is kind of like fantasizing and longing, your wildest fantasies coming true. It's kind of like maybe you're sort of analyzing things. Why didn't I dream big? What's stopping me from dreaming big? For some of you, I feel like it's, you guys are Leos, man. You're fiery, very passionate souls. I feel like some of you are kind of realizing that you may have set aside your dreams or like the things that you had wanted for yourself or hoped for yourself once upon a time, maybe in your childhood and stuff. And now you're kind of like, maybe I can do it. All of a sudden, this little breath of fresh air. And I like it because, you know, eclipses are pretty transformative times and there's a lot of very deep shifts going on for everybody. I think they're like the 9th reading that I've done. So there's been a few, and there's been some interesting energies. A few other signs have had, at least one other sign has had the 4th house. So anyway, bit that I forgot to mention is, yes, welcome to the channel. And if you would like to like, share, or subscribe, please feel free to do so. Any information you'd like about private reading or anything like that, information in the box below this video. There is a website. There's also an email address. If anything that I say in these readings kind of, you know, strikes a nerve, I'm a little bit of a treasure trove of random bits of information. I've kind of been drowning myself in spiritual information just about 24/7 for a few years now, because I've had the luxury of being unemployed and living with family. So, you know, very minimal responsibility or actual things to attend to, let's just say that. So it's been really, really good for my ascension. I've been able to accelerate my ascension and really bury myself in it. So it's beautiful. But yeah, if I can be of help, I am here is the point. All right, just going to check the cards that have fallen out and I'll let you know what they are. The cards that are laid out there, are they all correct? In the correct order? And should temperance be in the reverse? Okay. Now, what about, are these cards reading too? That comes next. This next. Is that correct? 3 more? Okay. All right, and all the readings that I've done for all zodiac signs have had 12 tarot cards. So we're almost there. I've got 9 for you now. Let's get the last 3. All these cards correct, in the right order, everything the right way. All right, so let's do this, my lovely Leo people. Oh, starting out the reading with the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles, you know, resembling the infinity symbol. To me, it's a very twin flaming energy, but it's also the energy of balance. Balance in your inner world, balance in your outer world. Balancing your heart and your mind, balancing your shadow and your light side, balancing your masculine and feminine, balancing your 3D world responsibilities, whether you have a job, social groups, sporting groups, commitments, I've said jobs, friends, even family, you know, making sure you're still putting in a decent amount of time on your spiritual growth and like spending time meditating, you know, tuning into your guidance from your team, etc. At least having an hour a day to yourself for your own growth and your own sort of nurturing your own soul and personal growth and development along the ascension journey. And it's also sort of finding balance so that you can rise above the dramas of the past. You know, this is sort of getting away from trouble. Like, to me, this is the rising above trouble, because he's juggling and those coins are like in this picture hovering above the very turbulent water that is in the background. Okay, so it's kind of like he's managing to keep his juggling act enough to not go down to the level of where all the turbulence is, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is pretty good. Like, this is, you know, somebody that's really coming into their own. They're kind of feeling comfortable in their own skin. You're very aware of your strengths and your limitations. Very authentic. Yeah, very, very nice energy. Yeah. All right, going to move on. We have the Temperance card in reverse. Temperance card traditionally is about sobriety. And when this comes out in reverse, I'm feeling like addictions are habits, shadow aspects not being in balance. Okay, so I feel like you're trying, but maybe some of us are not managing at the moment. Ascension and life in general and growth of the soul is a learning curve. You're constantly learning, you're constantly growing, you're constantly evolving. So if this for some of you means that you may have fallen off a wagon of any description, it doesn't matter what it is. You know, food can be an addiction. Activities like people become addicted to going to the gym and like really go crazy overkill with things like that. And then there's also the, you know, illicit aspect of it. Whatever the case may be, we all have had our own existence. Nobody has the right to judge anybody else's existence. And if we have along the way formed certain little, you know, habitual reactions or, you know, like a trend of behavior, it's like a pattern of response to certain situations, certain energies, certain feelings that we might experience. Being able to sort of balance that and being able to keep that at bay, I guess you can say, can be a bit of a tricky thing. And with the kind of energies that come around with things like the eclipse and the fact that like proportionally over time since, you know, 2012, the amount of energy that's been flowing down to the earth, you know, gamma rays, etc., all the other cosmic energies that are coming down, activation codes and things like that, they're gradually increasing. So, you know, whatever we experienced in 2018, from the beginning to the end, it went up, right? And so beginning of 2019, we're going up still. We're not going to be plateauing. We're just going to continue going up. There might be little lulls where, okay, you know, like it's not going to be so intense and it might tone down just a little bit for a bit. However, at the next shift, at the next sort of inflow, it's going to be more than it was previously. And that's just how it is. And we're trying to ascend to 5D. So that's embodying way more light than what we are right now. Okay, we're kind of like 4D or lower 4D, as some people say. So we're not even in the like full-fledged 4D energies yet. We're not in the thick of it. We're in the middle of it, like, let's say, you know. So, yeah. If this is you, if you're going through a bit of a stage of feeling not like yourself, not feeling as balanced, not feeling as stable, not feeling as grounded or as calm as normal, I hope you're not freaking out, and I hope it hasn't sort of like gotten you all too frazzled, because this is just a temporary transition. Like the fact that you start off your reading with the card about balance and being able to maintain balance and being all good with it, keeping your juggling act going, and then you've got the card of being out of balance, you know, not maintaining sobriety, not being able to temper your emotions, not being able to go with the flow, you know. This is like, quite literally, I feel like you feel like you're hanging upside down. Not the hangman energy or anything like that. Literally, you feel like you're standing like this and all of a sudden something somehow has tipped you upside down. You know, it's quite literally feel like somebody flipped you upside down. And it's almost like I've had something like this today as well. It was just like, you've been on a frequency, like a really good vibe, like maintaining high vibes for like weeks, or, you know, maybe even run over like 4 or 5 days, whatever it may be. I've been feeling really good, handling the eclipse energies quite well. It's been not too bad. You know, it has its moments. You have your little flares, and it's been emotional for everybody. So you just kind of take it in your stride, but all of a sudden, somehow at some stage, you're feeling kind of out of balance and very sort of not yourself almost. Yeah. It's almost like an adjustment period to the things that are going on, like with all the energies that you're anchoring. Like your physical body needs time to adjust to it. You know, your energy bodies need time to adjust to it and anchor it properly. I used to get chakra healings done, and I used to always go to the beach afterwards, because it was a great way to sort of allow your physical body and your energy bodies to anchor the shifts or the changes that have come about with, you know, getting all your energy bodies cleaned up and spring cleaned, let's say. I called it a emotional spring clean. Yeah, it's an energetic spring clean, basically. And it was really, really good. But it used to take about 6 days for the impact of whatever was achieved from that chakra healing session, for it to actually be noticeable. So I had one chakra healing, I think it's 2017, and 6 days after that, I was seeing static with my bare eye, like during the day, walking around outside, and I sort of saw an owl fly straight at my third eye and just like go straight through me. But as it did entered like my third eye area, I was just like filled with the most beautiful feeling of just pure bliss. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. I don't think I've ever felt such happy, like just sheer joy. Like literally my whole body was filled up with this. That's the only way I can explain it. And it was just like, I was just burst full of all this beautiful, beautiful energy. And like that to me was like an experience in, what's to come. Like that could be basically like what the event or the shift feels like, where you just all of a sudden your body is just filled up with this really high vibe, loving energy that's everywhere. So, maybe that is the translation. But that happened a really long time ago, and unfortunately, later that night, I came into contact with a reptilian, and I felt the vibes, and it was very, very weird kind of scenario. So I actually closed off my own third eye that night, and since then, I haven't been able to, like, my third eye's open, all that, but I haven't been able to have that same experience or be able to see the same static thing again, which is really kind of sad because it was really beautiful. It was an amazing experience. So yeah, like this whole ascension journey is pretty amazing, guys, I have to say. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbing about my stuff. Next card we have here is the Queen of Wands. So this could be your energy. This could be somebody else around you. Could be another fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Very passionate, enthusiastic woman who's so capable. Like this is a woman she's driven. She's very, very passionate. She knows what she wants in life. She knows how to get there. She doesn't need anybody's approval or backing or support to do that. She's quite capable herself. She's, it's very much like the divine feminine embodiment kind of energy. Very, very cool. Could be a male or a female. This is just an energy that somebody embodies, and she doesn't have to be very old as well. Like she could be, in her 20s through to 40s, 50s. It doesn't matter. It's not age specific either. I feel like this could also be a family member or somebody around you. And you're sort of somehow, like, I feel like you kind of look up to them in a sense. I feel like this cat is almost looking up to her. Maybe there's somebody around you that like for twin flames, this could be your twin, and you're now seeing them in this really, really different light where you're kind of like, wow, you've gone through so much ascension, you've accomplished so much, you've changed so much since I knew you. You're an entirely different person, like kind of, putting you on a pedestal almost. I'm not saying they are, but it's almost like you're on a pedestal and they're looking up to you, like all kind of thing. It's like, wow, look at how far you've come kind of thing. And this could be you seeing somebody else in this light, and just, seeing so much potential. Like I feel like raw potential, like all of a sudden the filters that made you see a person in anything less than absolutely, wow, you were the most amazing, like most capable, most full of potential, most, evolved person that I've come across kind of thing. It's like a respectful admiration and sort of like, wow, mixed in one. It's very, very nice energy. And whether somebody's seeing you like this or whether you're looking at somebody else like this, it's pretty nice. Like it's almost like, with that thing of it being a shift of perspective, I feel like maybe somebody has gone through a bit of awakening themselves and gone through a bit of ascension themselves and felt maybe what it can be like, and maybe not necessarily handling it as well as some. So like looking at the fact that you've been doing this for a while, or whoever this is has been doing it for a while, and how they're handling it, and they're plodding along, whatever. It's almost like, wow, doing good. I'm impressed. I could take a leaf out of your book almost, kind of an energy. So interesting. But next card we have is the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is like a reunion card. When if people reunite, there's a celebration, there's a party, they're all dancing, singing, and drinking, whatever. This is like a very positive, happy event. Okay, for those of us that are twin flames, if this is indeed the Queen of Wands being how you're seeing your twin or your twin seeing you, this could actually be, that transitioning to a reconnection and a reunion, which could be cause for celebration, and for a lot of people to kind of feel a bit victorious. So that would make you want to celebrate, yeah. And for others of you, like this is, there's 3 females in this picture. So it's like divine sisterhood. You're finding your soul tribe, soul family, coming together with like-minded souls that are here with the same purpose as you to maybe even collaborate, for future projects or things that people are trying to get off the ground. And I know lightworkers that have some pretty monumental tasks that they've been given as part of their life path and their guidance. And it's just like, okay, we need to assemble like a little team of, super, super lightworker bees, basically. So I feel like this could be, something like that where people are going, okay, well, got to accomplish this. This is what, my team has given me, or this is what my guidance is from God or the universe, whatever. So time to bring, few heads together and make this happen. And some of you could be kind of like finally feeling like you're stepping into your authentic, soul self and your higher self being embodied. Like that could also be High Priestess, but I feel like this is a very evolved fire sign, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this is you kind of realizing how far you've come and really feeling comfortable in your own skin, stepping into your own, and because of that, you have the confidence to go ahead. And so now it's kind of like, well, okay, got big work to do. Here's with me, getting the troops together, getting them together. So also, if this is a twin flame union scenario, then the, divine masculine, divine feminine, and the third energy that you create, it can also represent the triple goddess energy as well, the maiden mother. The only word I really know is crone, but there's another word for it, which is probably a little bit nicer. So I apologize, I don't mean to be offensive. But it's basically like 3 generations of the, divine feminine energy, young, sort of middle-aged and elderly. So yeah, for, various people out there, it could be many different things. I'm actually going to move on. The next card we have is the Seven of Swords. One of my least favorite cards in the deck of tarot. It is the card of the thief, basically. And this is not just like thief of the physical world. It's sword. So it's air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Doesn't have to be, could be. But it's also thoughts and words. So this is some sort of a situation or an energy that's playing out, which is basically the thief of your sanity, stealing your thoughts, stealing your peace of mind, stealing your ability to shut your brain up and not stress and not overanalyze and not stew over things, So this could be a person that's basically, just not exactly what they seem. So it could be a case of, your intuition is kind of telling you there's something that doesn't sit right with me about this person or their energy, the way they're conducting themselves, or how they are when they're around me, whatever. What is it? And that can kind of stew away in the back of your head and bother you. So that can kind of drive you a little bit insane. Yeah, I'm actually going to pull a clarifier for this because I feel like, yes, this energy is around you, but I feel like with this eclipse, it might be a case of you might be seeing it, like you're seeing through that kind of energy, or you're able to spot it. If you weren't kind of sure before, you're kind of more sure of your intuition almost, I guess. Yeah, the right clarifier. Archangel Michael, can I have a clarifier for the Seven of Swords, please? Who or what scenario is this talking about, please? Ooh. How? Really? I'll tell you in a second. Clarifier is King of Wands, as we can see, my friends. Okay? So unfortunately, my lovely Leos, you're a fire sign. I believe either you or somebody around you that is a fire sign has been a bit sneaky about how they're going about things. Okay? And I don't feel like this is actually like ill-intentioned kind of sneaky. This is somebody that, like, okay, let me explain why I'm saying this as well. So we have Seven of Swords, right? Okay, yes, it's the card of the thief that goes around stealing all the swords, which can be signified as trophies, on the battlefield when everybody else is gone. Okay, taking advantage of a scenario. Yes, clarified by the King of Wands, which is the card for fire signs. Okay, so Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Could be you, could be somebody else. Reason why I'm saying that this sneakiness that this fire sign is embodying is not necessarily ill-willed or ill-intentioned, is because it is next to the Magician card. So maybe you're being perceived as sneaky and being sly when you're actually just kind of keeping your cards close to your chest, as they say. So you're not letting too much on. You're trying to manifest a lot. You're trying to you're quite literally, you're trying to co-create the crap out of your life. And you're focusing on it, and you're really quite, being quite ambitious, but really, burying yourself in it, and, watching your thoughts and maintaining your high vibe and all of that, like quite literally following the laws of attraction manual to the T, like, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, as they say, that kind of vibe. Like very motivated, very focused, very driven on manifesting. So I feel like because of that, how you're sort of conducting yourself around people, it may sort of make you come across like you're being a little bit sly or a little bit sneaky, a bit secretive. And yeah, just be like I'm sort of thinking, why is this here then? So maybe this Queen of Wands energy is somebody that is very important in your life, and they're being impacted by, or they're witnessing or experiencing this energy from you. And if they are your Queen of Wands and you are the King of Wands, my friend, don't go blowing it because you're trying to manifest a good existence for yourselves. Like, communicate, mate. Use that heart and the mouth together and speak. Okay? Because seriously, if this is your divine counterpart, this is your, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, you don't want to be coming across as sneaky when you're trying to manifest something nice for you, both of you. It's kind of almost like you try and arrange a surprise for somebody, like your partner, you want to make a surprise dinner for them, and you end up burning down the kitchen. It's like you had a beautiful, sincere, loving intention, and you ended up making a bit of a disaster about it, and yeah, that's the only analogy I can come up with, but I'm pretty sure you'll get what I mean. Like, I feel like this, whatever you're trying to manifest, it's because you want to create something beautiful. Like, there's a Three of Cups energy between you guys, the Queen of Wands on one side, the Three of Cups, and then Seven of Swords, which represents, you being a little bit, you or somebody else. And this could be vice versa. You could be the Queen of Wands, yeah? It doesn't have to be male or female, as I said before. But I feel like Yeah, there's a beautiful, happy, celebratory energy or coming together, a reunion between the two of you. But when you're represented by the Seven of Swords with the Magician, it's kind of like, okay, fine, I get you're trying to be the Magician. You're trying to manifest a beautiful life for you, yourself and your king or queen, right? But the way you're going about it, what you're doing somehow is making you come across like this. So maybe it's just like Archangel Michael's way of saying, hey, be a bit more sharing, or like, just be mindful that you don't come across that way. Just be a little bit more open, maybe. Like, you don't have to, like, give people all the details of everything that you're doing, but just be like, okay, I'm trying to manifest. I'm working on my laws of attraction ability or my manifestations. So, if I'm a bit sketchy on the details about certain things, don't mind. I'm not being weird. It's just, whatever. If you have this belief that if you tell everybody else the details, then it won't manifest, then so be it. That's you. That's your personal beliefs. Own it. Like, back that up and just put it out there, because generally speaking, people will respect your views and your preferences. Like, even if it's a potential partner or, your married partner, you're just like, well, I'm trying to do something that's going to lead to us having a really positive, whatever, maybe, a nicer house or get a new car, whatever the hell it may be you're trying to manifest for both of you. If you actually put that out there, okay, I'm trying to do something that's, for the greater good of both of us. So if I'm a bit sketchy on the details, don't think I'm being weird, because, it's kind of for the greater good, but it's also to do with manifestations and whatever. Like, just speak your truth. Be honest and open. Transparency, as much as possible, is probably a good thing in relationships, guys. I'm not giving relationship advice, and I don't think Archangel Michael wants me to start right now. Excuse me. Okay, the next card that we have, my lovely Leo friends, is the Aquarius card, or the Star card. A lot of signs have been getting this. Deep soul healing. Through the ascension process, we go through a lot of healing and purging and releasing past life karma and trauma and childhood stuff and past relationship stuff, the baggage, as I like to call it. And recently, personally going through experiences where you're cleaning out your closet of all the monsters. Now you're sweeping the closet out. So you're kicking up all the dust around the shadowy bits of your soul. And so there's some unresolved or unattended to stuff that needs to be released. And it's coming to the surface, and it might be a little bit, sudden and a bit catch you off guard and a bit intensely emotional when it hits you. Just remember, like, the violet flame mantra can be really helpful. When I got kicked really hard, I said it about 9 times, twice in the space of like 20 minutes or something. It was pretty good. It helped. Saint Germain, Archangel Michael, if you're feeling a bit insecure, a bit nervy, he can make you feel quite safe. But this is the thing, like, this is a transitionary thing. This is healing that's happening for your benefit, to make you more whole, more evolved, more lighter, your soul lighter, basically. You're not carrying emotional baggage or energetic baggage from unpleasant experiences. So it's a lightening of the load of your soul, basically. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, doesn't mean it's going to be fun, but it is good for you, and it is in keeping with the growth that your soul had planned before it came down here, okay? You're just following your own plan, nothing else. And the thing is, your soul planned this all to unfold at this time because you are ready. Because for some reason, like, every time I think about doing the readings, it's kind of like there's such a nervy air about the collective at the moment. It's kind of like, no, but I don't think I'm ready for what you're asking me to do. It's like, no, but you are. It's because of your programming. It's because of silly things like self-doubt, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of criticism, fear of being seen, fear of being persecuted. All of those things from past lives and other crap, that's kind of like the baggage that you've gotten used to, is the stuff that was holding you back. But through this eclipse process, we're purging all that baggage, the stuff that caused you to not want to be seen, not want to be out there, not, to put yourself out into the world and say, hey, this is what I am. I'm here to help, blah, blah, blah. This is what I can do. which is what a lot of us being asked to do. So this process is helping you release all the stuff that was kind of holding you back from being able to do that. And it is followed up by the strength card. So this healing that you're going through is going to give you immense strength. And I mean like, superhuman giant strength. I say superhuman giant because if you look at this card properly, this person and the lion in the card are pretty gigantic compared to the mountains, unless those mountains are very, very far away, but I don't feel like they are. I feel like they're actually right next to her. So they're giants in the space that they're inhabiting, so this strength is not, it's like tapping into your superpowers, your soul. Our souls are like lions, fierce lions, okay? And tapping into that energy is like the fire in your soul, the fire that doesn't die, the fire that doesn't allow you to give up, no matter how intense and how rough your dark night of the soul was, no matter how full on the challenges and the karmic lessons and all that, all the purging, all the stuff that you've had to deal with in the last couple of years has been, you're 10 times stronger than that, my friend. And it's like, you're finally getting it. It's like, this is nothing. What you've been through is nothing. Your soul can still survive and be fine through 10 times worse than what you've already been through. So for some of us, yes, our soul has just planned itself to go through 10 times and maybe even 100 times more than what we've already been through. And I mean about emotional pain, watching pain, like human suffering and things like that, having to be around it, watching it unfold, and either being powerless to do something about it or being able to do something about it, but within certain limitations, because you can only do so much as one person. So the beauty of it is I'm being reminded about my galactic signature for some reason. Somebody needs to hear this. If you look up your galactic signature, I think it's 13 Moon or something like that is the website. Your galactic signature is very specific to you, and it will kind of fill you in a very cryptic kind of way I found initially about your purpose for being here and the energies that you sort of harnessed in this existence and your soul has brought in. And mine had something to do with synergy, for me to work with the power of synergy. And it's kind of, synergy is basically when two powers combine to have more of an impact, to be more powerful or more impactful than they would have been as an individual, right? So it's kind of like the beauty and the immense power and effectiveness in a well-balanced team or combo or equation even of the right energies and the right frequencies put together can be like, supernova from a candle, like that's what I'm trying to get. Like so much light can be generated from one candle if the candle is made from the energies of multiple, very, hand-picked kind of the right balance, the right frequency kind of scenarios that are put together. So I feel like the coming together of great minds, almost like there's somebody out there that really needs to know about that, because maybe you're kind of in a situation where you are, you've made so much progress on your ascension, you've been guided to do something pretty big, and you're kind of like, this is huge, like I can't, okay, yeah, I know I'm strong, I've got spiritual power, whatever, I've come so far, but this is beyond me kind of thing. So maybe you need to put that synergy, which is what I just mentioned, into action and realize that you're actually in a position and have enough of a network to be able to sort of like sit there and be like a conductor of an orchestra and quite literally hand pick the artists that have the right tone or the right instrument or the right style of playing whatever, or the right training, whatever, to be able to have this beautiful symphony. And it's like your A team of whatever it is that you're good at putting together, whether you're a HR person and you're creating a new business, and it's kind of like, okay, well, we need a bookkeeper, we need an admin, we need a sales, customer service, blah, 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 whatever, and you're just really, really good headhunter, whatever the case may be, it's kind of like you have a skill that you're possibly not seeing, or, it's kind of like it's there, but you just don't realize you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not zooming out from your own situation. You're so involved that you're not able to see the bigger picture. You're not able to sort of look back on your life and go, hang on, I've got this experience. I've been in these scenarios. What have I picked up that can help me in this situation? How is it that somehow the road, the windy road, the maybe slightly detouring, road that you thought, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm not actually getting anywhere or accomplishing anything. You've actually picked up info, experience, skills, contacts, whatever it may be, that is going to come together, and somehow it's going to sort of put the pieces together of a puzzle of some description. Maybe it's to do with your mission, like your soul mission, or more just, what makes you tick, and basically finding your passion, because you're ultimately the things that absolutely light your soul on fire, and like you can say are your passions that just absolutely absorb you, and you love it and you live for it. That's usually where your life purpose is tied in, usually. And there's not always just one kind of thing, I feel like there's kind of like a frequency of your purpose. It might just be love. Just to spread love in every way, shape, or form, and to make people feel love. Absolutely every possible situation that you possibly can. So that could be by having kids, loving your kids, being a teacher, working in childcare, working as a counselor, giving adults love, making them feel love, reminding them of the love that's in their life by counseling them. I don't know. Somebody needs to know all this stuff, because okay, I get it now. Why am I giving advice about this stuff right now? The next card here is the Queen, the High Priestess. So this is somebody that's embodying their higher self. This is also somebody that can be considered a bit secretive and a little bit, considered a bit sly, like almost like that Seven of Swords energy, because this is a highly evolved and spiritual person. They have access to a knowledge of, ancient wisdom that is like, the ancient secret mystery schools and things like that, where they didn't speak about the things that they learned in those schools. That was very privileged and very highly, prized and sacred knowledge. She's holding a Torah. Like, if I'm not wrong, the Torah is like, people are trained to read that. It's not just something that just any person that knows the language can read it. You have to be trained to read it. So, this is somebody that's spent time and study and years of devotion and commitment to their spiritual path. And this gives many past lives as well in many of our cases. But this is someone that is, their divine feminine energy is very, very, very strong and very balanced. Doesn't matter if they're the male or female, it doesn't. They're just a very highly evolved and spiritual person, someone that is embodying their higher self. Now, I feel like this could be you because of the fact that, you've got the Star card symbolizing so much healing and so much growth, followed by the Strength card, and then this. It's kind of like this healing that you're going through. It's leveling you up. It's quite literally like massive weights being cut off from your soul that were holding your soul down, and you're just like elevating very, very quickly. It's giving you immense inner strength, and it's showing you how far you've come. It's almost like giving you that, higher perspective, and show it like the bird's eye view, and going, okay, so this is where you were a year or two ago, whatever it was. And then, that was the beginning of your life, blah, blah, blah. All of this time that has transpired, all these experiences, everything, where you've been through your life, who you've been around, all of that. Now, look at you. You're embodying your higher self. This is pretty amazing. Okay. Yeah, oh, this is definitely you. I'm sort of like, could this be somebody around you? I don't feel that. I feel like this whole eclipse process is quite literally like another massive purge and release of whatever no longer serves you. And that's kind of like anything that was weighing down your energetic bodies. And, we've got like 4 energy bodies. There's emotional, mental, spiritual. Oh, man. Anyway, don't quote me on these things. This is like all this information that I've absorbed over many years. They're always there as a quick reference point, but doing much more research would be advisable. Okay. Yeah. I absorbed a lot of information. It's relevant at the time, and I'm like, oh, hang on, this relates. And yeah, if you go and look into it, I know it will relate. So, I'm not that far off the thingy, but right now I just can't sort of fish the right line of info from my brain. I'm trying to concentrate on this reading. Okay, so yes, High Priestess. Sometimes it can be like a middle-aged woman. It can be like, a bit of a not so pleasant energy, older female energy, a bit controlling, a bit sort of manipulative almost. So this could be somebody around you if this is not you. But I don't really get that kind of negative vibe. I really do get like a very serene, very high vibe energy from this woman, from the High Priestess. So it could be a man or a woman, but they're somebody that's very evolved, very, definitely embodying their higher self, balancing their shadow and their light side, their masculine and feminine side. And this is the male, they're sort of predominantly feminine energy as well. But while they're predominantly within their female energy, they still balance their masculine and feminine quite well. Okay. That's all I'm getting there. So next card we have is the Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, as I said earlier, with swords. It's about words and thoughts. Yes, this could be arguments with multiple people throughout your life. As I said earlier with the Star card, there's a lot of crap that's coming up for healing. So this could be some really unpleasant arguments that have happened throughout your life. This could be like bullying in your childhood, horrible shit that was said to you that has sort of stuck with you. Yeah, spiritual evolution brings out the ghosts in your soul to kind of haunt you in a sense. So I feel like for those of you who, were bullied in childhood, and if you haven't healed and addressed that kind of stuff, that's coming up for you at the moment as well. Through this healing process. And this eclipse is intense healing. It's very deep soul healing, okay? So it may not even be childhood, it might be past lives. So, you might just have random flashbacks of stuff and feel really triggered by other stuff and be like, what the hell is going on? And feel quite overwhelmed with, thoughts that just, where the hell is this coming from? This is all just purging and releasing. So if you know the Violet Flame mantra, it's I'm a being of the violet fire, I'm the purity God desires. You just keep saying that at least 9 times in one go. It really does help. And asking Saint Germain to encase you in the Violet Flame to help you transmute and heal and like release all the unpleasant emotions and things that are coming up for you. It really, really does help. But on the upside, this is a 10. 10 is a number of completion. So it is the end of this period in your life where, the thoughts and the circling chaotic energy in your head where there's too many thoughts, too many memories, too many unpleasant, movie reels playing. And it's just holding on to unpleasant memories, arguments, negative words said in anger and criticism and harsh judgments and things like that. This healing process is allowing you to sort of let go of those things as well. And it's a beautiful thing because, yes, you can heal and you can purge a lot of stuff from your emotional body and, you can feel the pain that goes with it to heal it, all of that. We've all been there. We've all done that. But then sometimes there's still that residual, like the recorded voice memory of certain experiences. And if you're not aware of your thoughts and sort of on guard, so to speak, sometimes you'll actually find that those unpleasant, words kind of echo in the back of your mind sometimes. And they'll echo in the back of your mind just to test whether they can actually, put you off your path and kind of destabilize you and affect you and hurt you again. And if they can, they'll go for it. There's unpleasant thoughts that your ego decides to mess with you with because it's scared of being hurt again, because it's so used to having been in times when, we were living in a dense and unpleasant paradigm. So it was kind of unpleasant, but it's kind of like, okay, no, those days are gone, dude. Like, it's actually safe to come out now. It's all good. You're not going to get chopped down. No. There's someone out there. I swear to God, there's someone I can tell. I swear my instinct's telling me that. You got no instinct. That it's almost like having that kind of argument with your ego, just saying, it's okay, we're okay. But you're winning that argument with your ego. So I'm happy for you, because it's a bit of a rough battle. And also just releasing all of the words that haunt you, the words that circulate in the back of your head that just, won't go away. So very nicely done, Leo. I'm impressed. Okay, so now we have second last card, the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of people have been getting this. So this is some form of long-term aim, investment, business, venture, partnership, collaboration maybe, but it's in the material world. It will reap financial benefits. This is number 8. It's a number of abundance. So yes, it is mastering a craft or an art of some description. I feel like this could be a lot of people who have maybe been doing something as a hobby or, just as a labor of love or something that they enjoy. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, maybe I can turn this into like a business or, start my own business doing whatever this thing is. Whether it's making a product or providing a service of some description. Now you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to go get this, the knowledge and the skills that I have formalized. And so you're doing some sort of a course or something, like possibly even going to uni, like complete career change. For a lot of people, you'll be working full time. So you'll be studying part time. So it's a very long term, persistent effort, consistent, disciplined focus that needs to be put on it, but it will reap benefits in the long run. But it's not going to be a short term thing. Yeah. That little city that's behind him. It's almost like, he's trying to build his own little world, empire, whatever. And it's very far in the distance. So, yes, it will happen. This is kind of like a confirmation to say, yeah, you're on the right path. It's going to be good. It's going to be a success. However, it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take a while to be accomplished. So, be patient. Keep going. Like, you're good. You'll be fine. And we finish your card off. Your reading off, Leo, with the Six of Swords. A beautiful, beautiful card. One of my favorite cards, I have to say. Because Six of Swords is about moving away from all of the drama, the trouble, the negativity, the low vibrational people, places, things, toxic, codependent stuff, narcissistic dynamics, anything, friendships that are out of balance. Situations where it's kind of like, the friendship or whatever only really functions and has any interaction or involvement if you're the one instigating it or you're the one, doing all the traveling and making all the arrangements, whatever. It's sort of a lopsided scenario, yeah? So all of the unfair, unjust things that were causing drama, creating low vibe situations, stress, anxiety, anger, even all of that sort of negative tension and stuff, you're moving away from all of that. So it's like moving away from troubled waters with outside help, unexpected outside help, which I feel like this is coming from the seen world and the unseen world, as in friends, family, associates, whatever, people in Facebook even, if this is a spiritual thing, definitely. There's a massive spiritual community on Facebook. And I'm probably closer to them than I am to my immediate family at this point. But that's just how it is. Like, your soul resonates with another person because you're probably have had past lives with them, you've done spiritual work with them, whatever it is. I know when my soul recognizes a person, I feel it straight away. And so, like, it could be, your soul family or your soul tribe sort of, that you've connected with, coming together to help you. This could also be, your guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors that have passed on that are kind of like urging you on and guiding you along your path, it's almost like you're more open to their guidance. You're hearing it better. You're actually tuning into it. You're following it better. So slowly but surely, they're actually assisting you in making the right decisions and taking the right, course of action to be able to move away from whatever drama and negativity that no longer serves you, that doesn't belong in your life. So my lovely Leos, this is a really beautiful thing. It's kind of like, you're healing and you're letting go of so much stuff. It's pretty monumental. It's really beautiful. Like everybody is, so that's fantastic. But in that process, you're finding so much strength and, self-empowerment and just courage and the drive to kind of just really take your life by both hands. I feel like the lion in you is finally coming out in your soul for many of you, especially those of you that was kind of a little bit timid or a little bit shy about stepping up as light workers and doing what you're being guided to and, told to do at this point in time. And of course, like, even if you're told by your team, this is what you're meant to be doing, you have free will not to do it. That is true. However, I love how it's so beautiful that now is a time when we need to do it. And a lot of us were wavering on our levels of courage and, ability to sort of just step forward and go for it. And this eclipse happens now, and it helps us to release all this stuff that somehow, in some way, created little hang-ups and little hooks where our grip on our courage could actually be messed with and kept off balance, and we couldn't get a grip on our courage, kind of thing, to be able to sort of go with it. It's pretty wow. And just looking at the goddess oracle card that you got, I love it. You guys, it is a full moon in Leo too, so it's your full moon. That doesn't surprise me. You've got the strength card, which is the Leo card. Just one sec. Yeah. So the goddess guidance card you got, he's the lion-headed goddess. She's usually pictured as a lion-headed goddess. With like a solar disc and a snake at the front. She's a very intense, very strong energy, but like she's a Leo, like a lion, part lion, part human incarnation. Okay, so it says you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures happy outcomes. Now I'm going to actually read you the little message from Sekhmet, and that will end my reading for my beautiful, lovely Leo people. Okay, so my lovely Sekhmet. It says, see yourself as strong and victorious. Don't complain about anything. Don't blame anyone or any condition. You are the embodiment of strength, not victimhood. As you rise above the older tendencies and see yourself in the new light of beautiful feminine strength, your life will automatically shift in miraculous ways. You'll attract new opportunities, forms of abundance, and relationships to help you manifest your highest potential. Being strong means seeing yourself in the most favorable light you can imagine. Be real, allow yourself to feel genuine emotions, but most of all, be strong. It's pretty impressive. And the little bit of information it gives you about Sekhmet says, this Egyptian sun goddess is a fiery protector who's married to the Egyptian deity Ptah, spelled P-T-A-H. Her name means strong and mighty. Sekhmet is connected with lions, symbolizing her fiercely protective nature, and sometimes appears with a lion's head and a human woman's body. Call upon Sekhmet to shore up your strength and power. Yeah, indeed. She's very, very fiery. Very fiery energy. Like, you'll feel it. You'll feel it when you get in tune with her energy. She's, you can't miss her energy is all I want to say. Very, very intense and very strong. Strong and fiery, definitely. She's also known as the Eye of Ra. So, yeah, Ra, sun god. Anyway, enough of that. Love you, lovely Leo people. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm sorry it was sneaky late. I've been unorganized and doing whatever I can to try and float on these lovely energies and find a time when my neighborhood is not sounding like absolute chaos to be able to record these. So I apologize, but stay tuned for more fun and games. All right, take care, people. Bye.